Hey guys, welcome to Monday, the 13th of December 2021. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. So, really, very quiet docket for today. Nothing to speak of happening. We're really looking forward to, everything kicking off on Wednesday evening from Jerome Powell. We're going to have the Fed minutes and presser conference on this Wednesday, where we'll be looking forward to what is the Fed going to do in terms of bringing forward their taper timeline, speeding up the scale back and tapering on their bond purchasing program. Um, there's going to be a lot to look at this Wednesday. We also have, then ECB and Bank of Japan also meeting on Thursday and Friday, respectively. So, um, lots of fundamental stuff out there. We don't trade the fundamentals here. We trade what's happening, not what we think is happening. So, what we have had happen over the weekend and the reopen on exchanges here a couple of hours ago is essentially we are way up here on equities. They have, we've essentially bought the dip, and last week we just drove out of that dip early on, as we'll see now on the charts. We drove, looking at, for example, on the SPOOs, we drove up on the dip quite early on. So, well, to show you this on the daily charts, here you go. So, essentially, you got the dip down here last. Sorry, that was Thursday. Yeah, sorry, coming out of Thursday's dip, then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was the pullback, and then back up we went. It was kind of a tricky week, to be honest, for me. It wasn't the greatest of weeks. I haven't been trading the SPOOs. I was trading a bit of nat gas last week in Dow. But this is essentially what it looks like on the daily. And we go back to that 60-minute chart. And you can see here on the SPOOs, looking back really on Sunday, Monday here, kind of driving out of those doldrums. And a lot of that trade really done on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we really just stayed in this tight old range here on the SPOOs, and it was this is the horrible part of the week. Really, it's just hanging on to those gains, and trading in quite a tight range. For SPOOs around 46.63s to 47.05s, and you can see here that breakout above this area in yellow in the SPOOs to hold on to what is just sitting right below the all-time highs on SPOOs, 47.34 and a half. Looks like it's going to be taken out today. So for me, given the week that's in it, I'll probably look at support still coming in at 47.05s, breakout area. That's a tight trade to get in for the longs, pushing above. I'd rather really get in on a sort of a failure of this area to hold on the highs, maybe get a rewind down into pivot 49.6 or 46.92s, before then going on to smash the all-time high. But what we've seen with these equities is they can really hold on to gains like this for the entire European session, and then when it comes to the US session, get tiny little dip, and then we just barrel on to targets on the upside. So I think these markets should keep going to the upside. I don't really know why they would come down at this time. We just roll this NASDAQ chart onto the H22s, and we'll go over and have a look at the NASDAQ here. Just going to have to roll this chart. There we go. And we will then roll these drawings also. So, I mean, Nasdaq, no stranger to the upside. Really strong drive out from the lows. I know one trader in particular who's in the pro trader room who was handsomely on side on this market by Tuesday late, and then Wednesday had absolutely smashed his target for the month. And so, I think hopefully he's still in that trade, holding for the all-time high 16,768.5 on the upside. So what we've got is 16,448.5 as a target on the upside right now. This gray area was the Asia Pac range that we were looking at from Wednesday. Asia Pac. Something to note here was this monumental pullback that we had, I think, over the core, the CPI data actually. So we pushed up, and then really once we couldn't sustain even the buying on the bottom of that Asia Pac range, we just threaded off down to the 20 EMA to then pick up those buyers. And you can see on Friday that came in there half three to the tick, the 20 EMA. Just coming in with support and then rallying into the close on the weekend and still bid. So I think we're going to smash the 16,448 today. Or sorry, not today. Maybe tomorrow. I think it's very quiet, and I just don't know how much energy these markets can have on quiet days for pushes like that. But I certainly wouldn't be getting short this market. I think there's still support down at the 16,000s to be found. You're going to be breaching a little bit of a trend up there at that point, but I'm going to take that off because I think it's highly irrelevant now. Um, so yeah, these markets are going to keep going up. I do look forward to the day where we can kind of look at continual down days for some reason. But this market is highly supported by a still accommodative Fed. The Dow, yeah, not too far off the all-time highs either. It's got a bit more range to go. If I show you the Dow on the daily, or sorry, this is the weekly. It's pretty simple when you look at it on the weekly chart like this. 2 weeks ago, just buy the dip, buy the 33 843s, and up we go. And yeah, fine. Trading is not really that simple though, and so for me, I'd be looking at the high of the week of the 22nd of November to come in to play as support. And let me then go onto the 60-minute chart here, and you can see that double top area, which we talked about once or twice in the elite team, as taking an assault. And sure enough, it did on Friday. And then we just pulled back to the 35,697. Went bid. It's not been an easy market to get on board with, really, the Dow. But I do like the support that we could find here, actually at 35,820s in general, and then drive up to meet this 36,158s as a target. And I don't know if we could expect much more out of this market today or tomorrow until we hear from Jerome Powell. So I've just realized my camera is off here, but don't worry about that on the recording. So yeah, that's the Dow. Just let me see if I can fix this camera here. And there we go. Hello everybody on the recording. Yeah, so that's the Dow. Let's see what else. Oil. Yeah, so a couple of gaps to fill on the DAX and oil this morning. You've seen that gap fill now on oil with a bit of downside. I think S1 to trade 70.66 for supports. I think it's quite elevated if I just look at my main chart here. Yeah, 100 EMA is a resistance on the top. So, it's taken 1, 2, 3, 4 on the daily chart. It's 4 attempts to get above here. So I think it's high time. If we do start to drop here, I don't really think that's much of a deal. I think you drop today, find support S1, and then start to rally back up 73.98's target on the upside. So yeah, that's it for oil. Gold, I don't really see the trade on gold really at the moment. I think it's a very hard one to read from a technical perspective. There has been buying and selling at this 1782s level for coming on 2 weeks now. Really, you see this market is weak, and I think if it does rally, I don't know how much higher we can get above the R1. Obviously, if you have a major debasement of the Dixie, it's going to allow the dollar to get, or sorry, the gold contract to get, a lot higher. But really, this is an industrial trade for me now. I'm not interested in trading this until we come to Wednesday. We could easily mullock around this level, and you just probably won't get any follow through either way on the trade until we get sort of something from Jerome Powell. But yeah, we'll sit on gold for now. And you're seeing the Bund with the DAX on the rise this morning. It's quieting down quite a bit now. So the euro, yeah, I've been on the shorts in the euro this morning. Having a look on the daily chart, it's not looking great for the euro or cable. as they hover around sort of major inflection areas for potentially further downside. Um, yeah, I think I'm just going to take my money in these smaller moves in the euro, because directionally on the weekly bar, or on the weekly bar, it looks like we're going down here, but um, I just don't think these assets are going to have huge moves until we get to Wednesday, Thursday trade. All right, that's it for me for today. I hope everyone has a nice, relaxing, quiet Monday, and maybe get back to some study or enjoying a book. But probably no need to hit into any of these markets if they're just gonna um, range around as they did last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So with that, yeah, I'll talk to you soon, and have a good one. Bye bye.